สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to Hot Thai Kitchen. Now, a few of you may remember that last year when I went back to Thailand, I met up with Mark Wiens from Migrationology, and one of the things that we had was crispy fried catfish with a green mango salad, and it was delicious. It's something that I've always loved, and I'm so excited that I can finally make it for you guys today because green mango suddenly became available at my local grocer. So this dish in Thai is called yam pla duk phu. Yam is a type of Thai salad, pla duk is catfish, and phu means fluffy. So it's a very interesting cooking technique. So if you haven't had this before, stick around. It's very cool. Let's get started. Now, as the name suggests, this dish typically uses catfish, and not just any catfish, Thai catfish that has been slowly grilled on a charcoal grill, and those are widely available in Thailand, so it's, something easy to find. I can't find them here. However, as you'll see, it really doesn't matter what kind of fish you use. So I go with the least expensive kind, basically. So I've got here some tilapia. So some tilapia fillet that I get frozen. But I want to give them a little flavor. So I'm going to add some soy sauce. You can just salt them. It really doesn't matter at this point. And now I'm going to cook this off. Just use the easiest way to cook it. So for me, I'm going to steam them. Green mangoes. So when they sell mangoes at the store, these are like the ones nobody wants except me. So it's great. I don't have to fight over these with anyone. So green mangoes are just underripe mangoes. Okay, they're not a special kind of green variety or anything. And you can use other varieties of mango as long as they are sour. And that's important to note because not all varieties of mango are sour when they are green. Okay, and the sourness is really what we want. See, even this one has gone a little riper than I'd like to because it's quite yellow now, but it'll still be very sour. So I'm gonna make little juliennes, and I'm gonna use the same trick, same technique as when I julienne my green papaya. We just go chop, chop, chop. And you can hear that the flesh is quite firm. And then you just slice off nice, thin slices of mango, just like that, right? There we go. All right, so here's my shredded mango. I want to point out though that this is softer and yellower than it should be. If you can get yours firmer, even better, okay? It's just, I got these 4 days ago and we weren't filming till today. So they've had time to ripen a little bit in the fridge. If you get a mango and you're not ready to use it, to prevent it from getting sweet, put them in the fridge, okay? And then they won't sweeten and ripen as fast. They might turn yellow like this, but the sweetness won't come out as quickly. All right, so the dressing that we are making is just a standard yum dressing. I'm gonna start out with some fresh chilies going into my little wooden mortar here. And I'm just gonna grind the chilies up. And now I'm gonna add some palm sugar. It might look like a lot, but we're making quite a bit of sauce. And also you want to contrast the sourness. If the dressing isn't sweet, then this will be way too sour. So I'm gonna just mash it. After it's turned into like a muddy paste, kind of like this, then you're ready to go in with the liquid seasoning, which is of course fish sauce. Cannot have a yum without fish sauce. So keep swirling that until the sugar seems like it's mostly dissolved. So now we've got sweet, spicy, salty, and of course sour. So I'm gonna add some more lime juice. Okay, see if I can do this without spilling. Yay! Oh, that looks good. So now I'm gonna add some shallots. As the shallots sit, the pungence is going to slowly leach into the dressing and sort of bring all the flavors together, right? So you wanna do this a little bit in advance, I think. This is optional, but I chopped up some dry shrimp, I added in, it adds a little nice chewy umami flavor. I'm gonna add the mango in. As much as I can fit while sort of keeping everything submerged, you may just sort of have to save the rest for refills. Okay, so that looks good. Oh my God, I'm like salivating. The smell of it is so good. So here's the fish. It's been cooked. And by the way, I did say you can cook this however you want, but I would avoid any method that creates hard, crispy surface, like a, deep fry or pan fry where you get that thick crust, because those thick bits don't tend to fluff up as well later when we go to fluff it. So steaming, I think, is the fastest and easiest way to do it. That's why I do it. Okay, so I'm gonna transfer this now into a bowl lined with muslin. Hang with me, hang with me. I know this is looking a little strange right now. Squeeze all the liquid out of this fish because we're gonna deep fry this fish, and all that liquid will make the fish not fluff as well, and also it could be really dangerous. There's so much liquid in that right now. If we deep fry it, your oil will just kind of go crazy, right? So I just squeeze and just look how much liquid comes out of there. Yes, you are literally juicing your fish here. See, this is why I said go with the cheapest one. If you're in Thailand and you want to use the grilled catfish, you don't need to do this because the catfish is slowly grilled on charcoal and the meat is so dry by the time it's done that you won't have this problem. Okay, so now as you can see, we've got fluffy fish. We're gonna make it even fluffier. Don't put this in your laundry hamper for 3 days. That would be really gross. So now we need to pound it just to get it all really, really fluffy, and it'll happen really quickly. So it won't take long. And by the way, in Thailand, some people will bulk this up with some panko breadcrumbs, and for 2 reasons. One, it's cheaper, right? Because this is all protein. And the other reason is the panko helps absorb some of that moisture, but because we squeeze all that liquid out of it, then we don't need to do that, then we can get all protein. Let's talk safety, okay? Because it could potentially be dangerous. Now we're gonna deep fry the fish fluff in this oil here. And what's gonna happen is the oil is gonna go woof. You want this oil very hot, so 400 degrees-ish. So it's important that you don't fill the oil up too far. So I would not even go halfway up the pot because when the oil fluffs up, it's going to overflow and then it'll catch fire. And I know this because I know someone that this happened to. So here we go. And you can put in more than you think. So this will make 2 this size. So of course the size will depend on the circumference of your pot, right? Actually, that didn't feel quite hot enough. Once it starts to turn kind of golden, I'm going to kind of fold it in half. So because that's the shape I want it to be at the end. So some people fold it into different shapes or they just leave it as a circle. That's it. Look at that, and magically they just kind of hang together. Okay, nice. I'm gonna go in with my second batch, although I'm gonna let the oil heat up a little bit more. And you wanna sprinkle it in, right? You don't wanna dump it in the middle. And then, as you can see, they wanna sort of stick to the side. I go in and I push it in. That second round there is sort of how hot it should be. That first round there was a little weak. So have a, fire extinguisher on hand. All right, so just want to point out this first one, the oil wasn't quite hot enough. I mean, it works, but as you can see, it's not as fluffy as this one, and it took a bit longer. I mean, they're both fine, but I'm just pointing out the difference. How fascinating, huh? All right, so when you weren't looking, I stirred in a little fresh cilantro into the mango salad. And by the way, you want to make the mango salad before you fry the fish because you want to serve the fish hot. And also, as the mango sits, it releases some of its juices into the dressing. So this will get better as it sits. Some people serve the mango separately, but I think this is so much better. You get a much more cohesive flavor. Okay, now ever so gently, yay! Oh, so cute. Some peanuts. So I'm just gonna actually scatter them all around because I want a lot of peanuts. Okay, nice. Get some rice. Looks so perfect. Oh, yes. Take some of the mango salad and then make sure you get some peanuts in there. Or cashews. A lot of people do cashews if you're allergic to peanuts. I'm so hungry. Mmm. 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 I can't think of another dish that I prefer. Oh, that catfish, it's so crunchy, but because it's all protein, there's a really satisfying flavor to it. The tartness and freshness of the mango and that slight sweetness on the sauce. It's so good. So please, 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 if you can find mango that is sour, give it a go. I know it's a little bit intimidating to try to fry that fish. I know I was intimidated to fry it the first time, but it really isn't that hard if you are careful with it. and you will be so glad that you did. So the recipe, as always, will be on hotthaikitchen.com. When you make it, send me a photo on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I will see you next time for your next delicious Thai meal. See, this is why I said go with the cheapest one. Here's some $22 a pound halibut.
Yes, doesn't it look beautiful? Now let's completely destroy it.